Right, because you should never make a move without having a decent idea about what your opponent is trying to do. Right? So Ava, if white played e takes d4, what do you think black would do?
Black's king would take the pawn on that took.
Well, if e takes d4, black can't take any pawn. What do you think, Audrey? What's going on in your mind?
Black takes. No, never mind. I was. Oh.
But you know what? I mean, I kind of like e takes d4, but here's the thing, right? In this position, you're not going to be winning, right? A lot of these positions are like white to play and win. Well, another idea I'm looking at is knight takes d4, right? Rook takes c2, rook takes c3. You know, yeah, right. It doesn't like e takes d4. It doesn't like knight takes d4 either, right? White needs to do something a little bit fancy here. And there's actually a very interesting idea. And I will say it took me a long time to figure out this puzzle, right? Most of these puzzles I put up and I know the answer right away. This puzzle, I actually didn't know right away. It's actually a very, very, very tricky puzzle. This is probably the most difficult puzzle that I've ever given you guys so far. By the way, one thing I want to point out that's really, really cool about this class right now is it's all girls. I love it. I really do. Remington should be with us in this class. He's not right now. Maybe he's just running a little late, but awesome, right? We really need more girls in chess. So if you have any friends that might want to learn chess, tell them, right? Especially if they're girls.
Since I go to all girls school, I have like 5 friends who do chess.
So you know what, Audrey? Next week you should bring them. You should tell them all I'm doing this really, really cool class on Monday afternoons. You should consider joining. Could you do that, Audrey? Tell them all they should come.
I might forget.
No, you're not going to forget. You know why you won't forget? Because if you do forget, next Monday I'll remind you again. But you're going to do it before then. Okay, cool. So, awesome. So, interesting, guys. So, you see this long diagonal? Right? There's like a lot of pieces going on this diagonal. Right? And I'm looking at that and I'm like, wait a minute. There might be something going on over here. And guess what? I think there is something going on over here. Okay? So, what do you guys think? Does anyone have an idea?
I thought it was going to be.
What were you thinking, Audrey?
I thought it was going to take knight takes d4, but that's not like a fancy move, and that wouldn't be super hard.
It doesn't necessarily need to be a fancy move. I mean, it could, but it doesn't have to be. Could be, but it doesn't have to be. Could be, but doesn't have to be. How do you attack a rook? What's a good discovery here, guys? What's a good discovery, girls? I should say girls because it's only girls. Until Remington comes in. Okay, so Ava, where could your knight go to attack this rook on c8?
First, it could go to a7 and then go to.
Okay, but hold on. Right, you're forgetting one big thing. Right, black has a move first. So, what do you think black is going to play after knight a7?
Maybe.
No. I don't want maybe. I think. What do you think he will do?
Black would move the rook.
So when we're doing these puzzles, I need a very specific move.
So
if knight a7, what is he going to do?
e8.
Rook. So if knight a7, rook e8, rook takes c7, right? So I don't think that's going to happen. Does anyone have another idea of what black might do after knight a7? Anyone? Varsha?
I think rook takes what is that? C2.
Okay, very good. What would white do after that?
Then I think rook will take C2.
Okay, and then rook takes c2, and I think black is actually okay, right? So like let's look, right? Knight a7. Okay, so knight a7. If rook takes c, well, actually I want to go to view solution mode. So right, so in this position, right, if rook takes c2, knight takes c8 check, and black is actually wait, so knight a7. Yeah, oh, that's right. If rook takes c2, rook takes c2, and black is actually winning, right? But here's the idea, right? You actually have a much better move than rook takes c2, right? What is white going to play here?
Oh.
What is white going to play here? Audrey.
Knight c8.
So you're going to go to knight c8 and just share the square with the rook?
No, takes.
Knight takes c8 what?
Check.
Good job, Audrey. Right? And now black is actually just completely losing, right? If black just decides to move the king, okay, rook takes rook. And if black plays rook takes c8, okay, rook takes c8. And okay, white is certainly winning this position, right? Okay, good job. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit. And I want to talk to you guys today about something that you might know already. Raise your hand if you've learned before about the king and rook checkmate.
I think I've heard of it, but I don't really know how to do it.
Actually, I'll tell you what.
Oh, I've done it before, but I'm not sure.
Raise your hand if you know how to do the king and queen checkmate, like 100%. All right, so we're actually going to start with the king and queen checkmate, just to be, because here's the thing, right? It's not good enough to just learn it once. It's the kind of thing that you need to know really, 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 really well, right? Because if you play a tournament game, you want to be able to do it every single time. So I'll tell you what, Audrey, since you're the one who said you've looked at this the most before, how does white start here? What would you do if you were white here?
What I like to do in a position like this, because it's very easy to stalemate, I try to check and then make sure I can't stalemate.
Okay, so what would you do in this position first, Audrey?
I would force the king.
Okay, but Audrey, I want a specific move, right? What should white do here? All right, so I'm asking for a specific move. What should white do here?
Queen c2.
So actually, in these checkmates, usually you don't want to check the king until it's checkmate. Okay, because guess what? If you just start to do a whole bunch of checks, what's going to actually happen? Are you going to eventually get checkmate?
No.
But what's going to actually happen?
You're just going
Right?
to keep staying.
Yeah, right. And what happens in chess when the same position repeats 3 times? Varsha?
Stalemate. Oh.
Not stalemate, right? Because stalemate is when the king is not in check and the player has no legal moves, right? But you would get a 3-fold repetition, right? So there are actually 5 ways to draw a chess game. Only one of those ways is stalemate. Okay, there are 5 ways to draw a chess game. Only one of those is stalemate. right? So I get that all the time, actually. Students say, yeah, right, it's stalemate because, the game's a draw, but no, stalemate is one of 5 ways to draw a chess game. Okay. I'll give you guys a choice. Do you want to continue going with the king and queen checkmate, or do you want to learn about all 5 ways to draw a chess game? Audrey, which one do you prefer?
King and queen checkmate.
Varsha, what do you prefer?
King and queen checkmate.
Ava, what do you prefer?
King.
None of you wants to know all 5 ways? Okay, fine. We'll do that another time.
Because I can just look it up after.
Well, you could also just look up how to do a king and queen checkmate, Audrey.
Well, it's not going to be specific.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you a hard time. That's all. Okay, very good. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful thing. Okay. Do you know what language Hakuna Matata is? I will give the person 1,000,000 meaningless points if you know what language Hakuna Matata is.
I'm not sure, and I don't think it's Spanish.
I'm not sure, but I think it is Australian.
Australian. I
Yeah.
have news for you, buddy. Guess what language they speak in Australia? English.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Australian accents. Eva,
Wait, Swahili?
how do you know that?
Mm.
You get 1,000,000 meaningless points. Good job.
Oh, Swahili, Jumbo.
So guess what? I go to Tanzania every summer where Swahili is actually the native language. Okay. So anyway. Yeah, they sing it all the time. Hakuna Matata. But okay, anyway. Let's go back. And since none of you wanted to know 5 ways to draw a chess game, we're going to learn the king and queen checkmate. All right, here we go. So we are going to learn, and there, by the way, are a couple different ways you could do the king and queen checkmate, but the most simple one that I like to teach is the knight's distant method. The knight's distant method. What is it?
The knight's distant method.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is
The night distant method.
it? Okay, good.
But there's no
So,
nut.
you're not going to check the king, right? Because we said we don't do that. But where, my friends, could you move this queen so that if the queen were a knight, it would be checking the king? Varsha.
D2.
Okay, so could you say queen D2?
Queen D2.
Okay. Now you're basically going to follow the king. Since there's only 3 of you, we're just going to rotate. Okay, so Audrey, your turn.
Right, I remember this thing. Queen D3.
Okay, Ava. This is a little bit tricky because it's already knight's distant method, but I want you to move your queen to another square where if it were a knight, it would be check.
Queen D5.
So that is knight's distance method, but here's the thing, right? You're trying to force this king to go either to the H file or the 8th rank. Okay, so if you think about it, black is trying to stay in the center, right? If it was his turn, he would play king E5. So where could you move this queen so you're controlling the whole E file?
E2.
Okay, good. So could you say queen E2?
Queen E2.
Okay, Varsha's turn.
Queen E3.
Good job. Audrey.
Queen E4.
Nice. Ava.
Queen E6.
So you could go queen E6, Ava, right? But how could you control the whole F file?
Queen F3.
Good. right? Because remember the goal. You're trying to bring the king either to the 8th file or the 8th rank. Okay, good. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order now. That way I could go back to the order of people on my screen. So, Audrey.
Next up, Queen F4.
Okay, Varsha.
Queen F5.
Beautiful. And Ava.
Queen F7.
So that was a little bit of a trick question, Ava.
Yeah,
Ba, 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 ba.
Go back.
Why do I have to go back though, Ava? I told you nice distance method. But why is that a mistake, Varsha? Audrey's calling out. I know, like, we honestly almost could call out since it's only like 4 of you today. But yeah, Varsha.
It's stalemate.
Right? Ava, do you know what stalemate is? No? Okay, totally cool. Right? So, Ava, right? How do you win a chess game? Do you remember?
Checkmate.
Checkmate, right? So, checkmate. Actually, I'll tell you what, Ava, could we take this one step further? Could you tell me what checkmate means?
Checkmate means to capture the king. Well,
Well, kings never get captured, Ava.
pin it.
No.
Hmm.
So let's review just real quick, right?
Can I?
Go for it, Audrey.
Trap. Well, checking the king, but he can't go anywhere else.
Not 100%.
Well, basically. Well,
No. I gave you a chance. Varsha, tell me your best definition of checkmate.
I think checkmate means when you keep the king in a square where it can't move.
Nope.
can I do it again? Because I think a better.
Audrey, can we please stop calling out?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Right. So, guys, girls, check is when the king is in danger.
Right.
Hey, could everyone tell me what check means? Exactly the way I said it?
When the
When
king
the king is in danger.
Okay, very good. Checkmate is when the king is in check and there's no way to get out of check. What does checkmate mean, everyone together?
when the king is trapped and there's no way to get out of it.
Right?
When the
Good.
king is in danger and there's no way to get out of it.
Right, but I want you to say it just like that, Audrey. Audrey, I want you to say it this way. Checkmate is when the king is in check and there's no way to get out of check. What does checkmate mean?
When the king is in check and
I want to hear from Audrey. Audrey.
When the king is in check and there's no way to get out.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Audrey, the king is in check and there's no way to get out of check.
The king is in check and there's no way to get out of check.
Bam. That's it. Right? Guess what? I get so many different answers for when I say, what is checkmate? Right? Very often, like one very common answer I get is there's nowhere for the king to go. But guess what? Right? Let me start actually a new tab to not ruin this position. Right? Guess what? Is this position checkmate? Is this position
No.
checkmate?
No, because it's the other opponent.
But Varsha, the white king has nowhere to go. So it must be checkmate. The king has nowhere to go.
But the king hasn't even moved yet.
well, it doesn't even have to do with the king necessarily moving, right? But no, right? The king is not in check. The game just started, right? But anyway, right? That's why I'm kind of strict, right? About, yes, this is what checkmate means, right? It's not when the king has nowhere to go. It's not when the king is trapped, right? It's exactly when the king is in check and there's no way to get out of check. Okay, so given that, Ava, could you tell me why this position is not checkmate?
Because I didn't get the king into a straight line like I was.
Right, but in more simple, right? Why is this not checkmate?
Because I'm supposed to get the king into a straight line.
Okay, what is it called when the king is on the straight line of one of your pieces? And it doesn't have to be a straight line, by the way, right? Because if it was a knight doing the check, then it wouldn't be a straight line. But what does the king have to be in for it to be checkmate? Ava.
Pin?
Not pinned. What does the king have? So Ava, could you tell me what checkmate is again?
Checkmate is when the king is in danger and there's no way to get out of it.
Right? King is in check or the king is in danger. Okay. So because of that, why is this not checkmate? Ava.
Because the queen can't get him there.
Well, king can never get the king. So I don't want you to give that answer.
King can't get
But the queen is not doing what to the king?
checking him.
That's it.
Yep.
Right? So, right, one thing that I'm also very, very strict about, girls, is I never let kids get away with answers that have anything to do with capturing a king. Okay, if you have to say something about capturing a king or not capturing a king, whoa. Right? That doesn't work. Right? So, okay. Right? So this is stalemate, Ava. So Ava, stalemate is when the king is not in check and the player has no legal moves. Okay, so this game, Ava, is actually a draw. No one wins. Varsha, were you trying to show me something?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you like lifted something up to the screen. Okay. So, right. So that's why, Ava, Queen F7 would be not such a great move. Does that make sense? Ava?
Yes.
Okay, good. Right. So here, Audrey, do you know what white should do here?
I know it's a checkmate. I had it, and then I just lost it. But
Okay. Varsha, do you know what white should do?
yes.
Yes.
Go for it.
I think white should, no, queen to g6.
Uh-oh. Why is that no good?
Oh.
Ava, why is that no good?
It's a tie again.
Right? It's what kind of tie do we call that though? Well, you could, Ava, you could also say draw, right? Draw. It means the same thing, but it just makes you sound a little bit more like a chess player when you say draw.
It's a draw.
Right? So like for instance, when you play a tournament, right? And you say and someone asks you how you do, right? If you drew the game, no one's gonna say, oh yeah, I tied the game. Right? You're always gonna say, I drew. Right? I either won, I lost, or I drew. Okay? No one's gonna say I won, lost, or tied. But right, but what type of draw is it? Starts with an S. Similar to checkmate, but also very different. Ava? Can you say stalemate, Ava?
Stalemate.
Okay, very good. So now, Audrey, what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say stalemate.
Good job, my friend. Okay, so I'm gonna ask a very, very simple question. And it really is. What two edges of the board is the black king on right now? Varsha.
The king is on Wait, H8.
Well, it's on the what edge is it on? I'm giving you a hint with my hand. Or my arm, I should say.
L.
The H what?
The H.
Audrey?
File.
Good. So it's on the H file. And Audrey, what other edge is the king on?
The
H file and
the 8. No. I forget.
no, what the eighth what? Varsha.
The 8
The H rank.
rank.
Eighth rank. Good.
I wasn't sure about the 8 rank, but
Right? Because think about it like this, right? The eye, right, is like sort of on the edge of my face, but guess what? It's on like two edges, right? It's on the right side of me, and it's on the top, right? If you described where this eye is, right, you would say it's on the top right of my face, basically, right? Or depends on which way you're looking at, of course, right? So same deal, right? This king, right, just by nature is on the H file or the eighth rank. Now, why do I say all of this? Well, if it was Black's turn now, where do you think Black would go? Varsha.
Black will go G8.
I don't think so. Audrey?
he would go G7.
There you go. Varsha, do you know why he would probably go King G7 rather than King G8?
Oh, because he's not on like a edge.
Perfect. Is that what you're going to say, Ava? Say yes.
No.
Say yes. I'm just kidding. All right. Right. So guess what? Right. King G7 would be like the move he would do. Right. Now, of course, it's not Black's turn. Right. But here's the thing. Right. You will never cross the street without looking both ways. Right. Same thing on the chessboard. Right. You should never make a move without having a pretty good guess as to where your opponent is trying to go. So therefore, White actually has a choice. He could either decide to keep the king on the eighth rank, or he could keep the king on the H file. Ava, pick one. Doesn't matter. Flip a coin if you have to. H file or eighth rank.
8th rank.
Love it. Okay. So, therefore, right, let's get rid of all these little drawings. Okay. So, what you want to do is make sure that the king stays on the eighth rank. But what you don't want to do is play Queen F7, stalemating. So, how could you use the queen to keep the king on the eighth rank, but at the same time, not stalemate him? Audrey? You only have one good way to do this.
It wouldn't have to keep him on the rank.
Right? So in other words, how could you prevent the king from coming to the seventh rank, but at the same time not stalemate him?
I know.
Okay, go for it.
No, but that's wrong because
Just say it.
okay. Queen D7.
So why do you think that's wrong?
I don't know. I guess I thought we would have a checkmate in one move, but
Right? So here's the thing. One sort of advanced idea is usually you won't be able to have a winning attack without at least 3 pieces. Okay? But pretty much never, as a matter of fact, 100% never could you checkmate. Well, no, pretty much never will you be able to checkmate with only one piece. Right? So what's interesting is if like black had an extra pawn on the board, like on h7, okay, yeah, you could play queen f8 mate. Right? But as long as he has no pieces on the board, right, you're not going to be able to checkmate him yet. Right? You could check him, but okay, the king's going to have a move. Likewise, you could stalemate him, but that would be even worse. Right? Because now you're up a queen, and if you play queen f7, right, game is over. Draw. No one wins. So, queen d7, Audrey's move, was actually the best. Right? Because now, here's the thing. Black has just a little bit of breathing room. Okay, so one thing that's really, really, really important, I can't stress this enough with any of these checkmates, is until it's checkmate, you gotta make sure your opponent has at least one legal move. Until it's checkmate, you need to make sure that your opponent has at least one legal move. Audrey?
And then can I tell you what you need to do to make checkmate?
Okay, so yeah, go for it. What should white do now?
Should I say the exact moves or should I just say?
Either way, up to you.
Okay, I'll just say the exact because it's easier. You have to use the king, and
then
you have
so
to.
Where do you want to move your king to now?
King e2.
Good. All right, king f2 would have been pretty much the same thing, right? Because here's the deal, right? Audrey before was looking for checkmates, but you're not going to be able to checkmate with just the queen, right? So the king needs to come up, right? I'm going to save a little bit of time by just moving the king up. Okay, move the king up. And now, when this king is on one of these three squares, and this king is on one of these three squares, guess what? There's going to be at least one checkmate in one. Okay, so there's actually in this position 3 checkmates in one, which is perfect. You know why? You know why? Audrey?
Yeah.
Why?
Because almost any way you
No,
can.
because there's 3 of you, and each of you could say one of them. I'm so smart, aren't I? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Audrey, give me one checkmate. And while you guys solve all 3, I'm going to set up a Lee Chess little tournament. It's going to be a mini tournament for the 4 of us.
I said queen g7.
Is queen g7 the checkmate? Is queen g7 checkmate?
Queen d8.
Oh no, it's not. Queen, sorry, it is not. I'll do another one. Queen f7.
Okay, right. Queen f7 would be checkmate. Okay, Barsha, what's another one?
Queen e7.
Queen e7. Is that checkmate though?
Nope, because like the other one I said.
Audrey, let's not call it out, please. Right, but queen e7, right, would not queen e7 would not be mate. Okay. Ava, what do you think? How could you do checkmate other than queen f7? Ava, awesome, you got in.
b8.
I'm actually gonna change one thing here.
Queen b8 is mine.
Okay, queen. Well, the queen can't go to b8. But queen what, Varsha? I mean, Ava. Okay, guys, could you all click the link to join the tournament? It's going to start in 2 minutes. All right, so you got C8 and you got D8. Okay, so Ava is in. Audrey and Varsha, I need you to join the tournament.
Yeah, my mouse wasn't working, so I have to use my laptop mouse pad, so it's kind of.
Got you. Well, if you can, try to do it in. Okay, Audrey is in. Good.
I'm trying to get in.
I'm just gonna leave myself unmuted. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yep, everyone's in. So there should be.
Okay.
8, 7, 6, 5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Number so that everyone gets a
Audrey,
pair.
you know why you're lucky?
What? Oh no, I'm playing you.
But it's okay, I berserk, so I have half of my time.
Yay! I'm definitely not berserking. I do not like to berserk.
Okay.
Actually,
You know,
let me do this too.
I'll say I hate to berserk. I have no
You
idea.
love to berserk?
No, I said I hate to berserk.
You love to berserk?
No.
Wait, why aren't you guys playing it? Are you not playing yet?
Who, us?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I don't think Ava moved. That's why I won. I technically won.
Oh, Ava, you need to make sure you make a move in 30 seconds.
Mine isn't working so far. Like when I go to it, it says add website or go back, and none of them are working. When I clicked add website, it said Safari cannot open page. I don't know what.
Add website. Not sure. So Ava, go ahead and maybe just click on the link again from the tournament, from the Zoom chat.
I just did, and it says I need a screen time passcode, but I don't know why.
Oh, a screen. Well, that might be something on your settings. Like that's not anything to do with Lee Chest. Is your mom around? Is someone around? Maybe you should get that person. Maybe they'll know your password. Because that's if it's a screen time password, that doesn't have anything to do with Lee Chest. That has to do with the computer itself.
We're gonna come back in and come back and leave, and then come back in. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's try it. All right, here we go.
No, I did it all by accident.
Oh, I'm sorry, bud.
We do.
And it's a tournament, so I'm not even allowed to try to give you a take back.
I'm just like giving up.
What time are we eating? 5:15?
Keep fighting, Audrey.
If you wanted me to keep fighting, you wouldn't have just took my queen.
It would have been wrong for me, though, not to take your queen.
But you know I did it by accident. Well, I guess you obviously do because I'm a good chess player.
Oh, Audrey. What are we gonna do with Audrey?
You just basically pinned my.
I just thought of something fun. Do you guys next week want to maybe play a match again? So we have actually 3 classes that go on Mondays, like 3 youth novice classes. Do you guys want to play a match against one of the other 2 classes next week?
Yeah, that would be fun.
See if we could beat them all.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
we're
you
gonna do
know
that.
what we should do?
What, Audrey?
We should like see which class is better by like playing a tournament.
Well, I already know.
Our class?
What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Don't tell them I said that though, because technically they're all my classes, you know. But at the same time, we're better. Right on, right, Varsha. Except when I go ahead and steal your rooks, Audrey. I just really like your rooks.
Oh,
I'm watching your game right now. I can like watch it. It just comes up.
I know. Nope. You're not stealing
Oh,
my rook.
oops. Ava is in the waiting room. I didn't see that. Okay. Ava. I don't know why. I want to change the Zoom setting so there's no waiting room. I don't know how to do that. Hi, Ava.
I actually don't think you should because then the whole point of that what people don't do that is because strangers can just walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, I mean, because here's the thing, right? If they're a stranger and I don't like them, we remove them. Right, which I've done before.
Yeah, and also they don't know the meeting password and like the meeting.
Yeah, well, we don't have a password. So.
Not password, sorry. I meant meeting code.
Audrey.
Yeah.
Checkmate. Good game.
Can you send the link in the chat again?
That's a tournament.
You anytime, Ava. All right, there you go.
Why can't I get paired?
Patience, my friend. Let's see. I don't know. Are you gonna get paired against Varsha or am I? I don't know.
Wait, how am I flagged? I never flagged myself. And Ava, where are you, Ava? I need a pair to play.
Okay, so Ava, you're on pause now. You got to turn off pause.
On the bottom, there's this little thing, and it will have a pause button. You just click that, and you're.
Actually, it's on the top.
Yeah, it should be. I think on the top. Yeah, right where it's.
I'm on an iPad.
Yeah, maybe it's different on an iPad. I don't know.
Yeah, it's different on an iPad.
But anyway, yeah, you're on, hold on, guys. Can we stop for a second so we can help out Ava? So Ava, right? Do you see where it says pause? Or do you see where it says join? Are you on Lichess right now? Okay, so click the link in the Zoom chat button. Nice development, guys. You just taught me what I'm going to teach next week.
What?
I can't tell you, but I will next week. Because you missed a nice little tactic called the center fork trick. Have you ever learned about that?
Nope.
All right. Well, guess what? Next week you will. Okay. So, Ava, looks like you're in Lichess. You just need to click join. What are you seeing right now, Ava?
approved list for screen time. I have to speak to her mom.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's not really something we could, help with. You have another device at home, Ava, maybe that you could use for now?
Yeah. Yes, come out.
Yeah, Ava, for now.
Bye. I have.
Okay. Yeah, come on the other device. All right, let's see this game. Varsha, why did you play G4? Right? Try not to move pawns on your king side, right? You just want to castle quickly next time.
Okay. Ah. Oh no. That was bad.
So after this, girls, stop the pause and we'll go over the game.
Which game?
The game that you're playing now.
Me and Varsha?
Mm-hmm.
After we're done? Okay. That's fine with me.
That is the game you're playing now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Nice move. Bishop G4, knight G5. Ooh, tricky.
You're like the commentator.
That's me.
Yes. It is.
Alicia Kebab. That's not actually her. That's Ava.
Heck! There's only one thing you can do, Varsha.
Yeah.
No, she made a mistake. She should have captured your bishop for free. She could have played knight takes F3.
Oh my god. Well, now I can.
Only one thing you could do. Is that
Actually,
you? Hold on. Is that you, Ava?
Yeah, go ahead into.
Okay. Yeah, you came in as like some other random name. Alicia Kebab.
It's
But
my
I
sister.
realized that wasn't you.
That's my sister.
I got you. I'm just stating the facts. That's it. Okay, I fixed it.
yeah, then why don't you date like
So,
you don't have to date
all
the
right,
friend.
I imagine, yes, you'll definitely need the link again.
I think that was a
We don't have
bad
a ton of time at this point, but we could try to get you one game against me if you log into the tournament. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what, Ava. Why don't we do this? Since it's just you and I anyway, I'm gonna actually pause the tournament myself.
Why? Please, we're in the middle of the game.
No. You guys could still continue. I'm saying I'm pausing from the tournament so I could challenge Ava.
You're pausing. I get it. Okay.
Okay, so we can still continue.
You could continue.
Good. Because I'm in the middle of winning a game.
You guys are silly. You girls are silly. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of winning a game. The true fact.
True. I will not deny that.
Yeah, I know you.
Varsha.
Yes.
She's too confident. I think you should try to beat her.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
Yes, I'm much younger than you. So
No, I don't think
Don't
so.
pull the young card, Ava. I mean, Audrey, don't pull the.
my birthday's in 23 days.
Okay, what grade are you?
I'm in
Ava,
second.
Ava, what's your
Years
username again,
old.
Dad? Ava G what?
You in 3rd grade?
Oh, stop, girls. Ava, what's your username again?
Ava G125.
Okay, so I just challenged you to a 5-minute game. You should receive that.
Yeah, I'm in 2nd grade. I'm 7 years old. I'm gonna turn 8 in 23 days.
Oh
Okay.
my God. What are you doing for your birthday, Audrey?
What am I gonna do? Well, my friend lives here, so I'm gonna invite her. And if it's safe enough, my grandparents are gonna come because I have a porch because I'm in the country.
Oh, I'm turning 10 next year.
I'm turning 6
Yeah.
next week.
No, you're not.
You're
Yes,
not.
I am.
Of course,
Right,
No,
Ava?
you're not.
you are not. You are
Okay,
not.
good game.
You are not. You are not. You
So
are not.
let's look at this quickly.
We're
Share.
still-
Here we go. Right. So here, Ava, do you see my screen? Yes. Okay. So Varsha and Audrey, you could like try to ignore my screen a little bit while you finish up your game.
I can't see you.
I just did a horrible.
Yeah, because if you're on a laptop, if you're on a iPad, the multitasking doesn't really work so well.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah, by
can't
the way,
multitask.
Audrey, do you have access to a laptop at home?
Well,
Okay, all I'm asking is it's not a big deal, but if you do have access to a laptop next week, it would be better.
okay. I'll ask my dad. It's like because my mom, but I guess I do. Okay,
Yeah,
my dad.
like it's not a big, like it totally works, but that's what I tell parents actually, and adults who do our adult classes. I said, computer is better, but yes, iPad does work. Okay, so here, Ava, take yourself off of mute. You can just leave it off of mute. So, right, Queen F6, right, not the best, right? Next time you want to develop your knight and defend the pawn that way.
I did a horrible job.
It's okay, right, Ava? We're learning, right? So, right, next time, what are you going to play in this position next time?
The knight.
Knight where?
Knight D6.
Knight what?
D6.
Knight D6? I don't think the knight could go to D6.
Knight C6.
Good, right? Just take your time, right? You're going to go look all the way down, see? All the way to the right, 6, right? Knight C6, okay? So I played knight. So anyway, you played queen F6, knight C3. Now, when you took my knight, did you think about what I would do in return?
No.
Right. So
But when I did the move, I knew it was wrong.
Right. But here's the thing, right? You got to do it beforehand. Right. So here's the thing, Ava. Right. And this is not to make me sound arrogant. This is just kind of the truth. Right. I'm a chess master. Do you think very often I'm just going to give you a knight for free?
No.
Right. Usually, not always, but usually there's going to be some sort of reason for it. Right. So whenever you're taking something in chess, right, you need to make sure it's a safe move. Right. So of course, in this position, yeah, you should have just developed. Okay. So in this position, right, yeah, you're in trouble. But in this position, right, every single time your opponent makes a move, you should ask yourself why he went there. Right. So I played bishop c4 because now I have 2 attackers on f7. Right. So when you play knight b4, I actually force checkmate. right? Check, you have to go here and mate, right? So in this position, could have played knight f6, right? Nice developing move, stopping queen takes f7. And it's true, I would definitely be winning here. I'm up with queen, but I wouldn't be winning right away. Okay. Audrey, are you guys done with your game?
Nope.
Okay, you're still
we-
playing.
We
Okay.
will in like 3
So
minutes.
I'll tell you what. So class, unfortunately, is over. So I'm gonna run. But if you guys want to, if you girls want to continue playing your game, certainly feel free to do so. Okay. So I'm gonna
Yay.
close the Zoom room. But if you want to finish up your game, all the power to you.
Ava, are you gonna do this?
And next week, remind me, girls, we're gonna start our lesson next week by going over this game. Okay, because it's a nice long
Ava.
game.
Ava,
What?
can you keep? No, wait, I'm not doing Varsha. Can you keep playing?
Sure.
Are you?
Bye.
I want
What are you
to.
gonna remind me to do at the beginning of class next week if I forget?
Play me and Varsha's game.
Okay, good. Bye.
Bye.